Hello, hello. I wanted to welcome you to the party tonight, and I'm not sure anyone saw my post that I was going to be a few minutes late, but the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take off my makeup. I am seriously sweating because I was outside watering my flowers, and it is like 100 degrees. I mean, it's really not, but I guess because the weather has been so crazy, it is extremely humid. So I'm using our Refresh Wipes. They are my favorite. They have cleanser and toner in one, and it only takes one. They're kind of expensive, but when you host a party, if this is something you want, then you can get these for half off. So that is something to think about. So that is the first thing I'm going to do. On a daily basis, I usually do my eye makeup first. And at that time, I'm letting my skincare kind of settle in. I do use Saints Cream. It is amazing. I use it. It just comes out the top. And then I think I'm getting close to the bottom of my bin. Just open it up, and I use just a tad bit of this. And then I also use a sunscreen. I'm not going to put on a sunscreen tonight, but I am going to show you what I use. You do not want to use products that contain silicone. I use this one. It's called Dermatology. You can get it on Amazon, and I can link it in the comments. I do not have oily skin, but I do have combination skin. So if you have oily skin, I can certainly work with that as well. Okay, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to apply my contour. So usually when I color match someone, I prefer two highlight colors. So what that means is we just call them highlights. The darker of the highlight is your darker shade, which is like your foundation. The lighter is the brightening shade, which is like your concealer. Then we will use a contour. If you're not accustomed to using contour, it is not hard. I usually do 2 brushes if you can. If you can't, then 1 will suffice. You can do everything with 1 brush. This is generally the brush I recommend to begin with. This is called the 3D brush, but I do like contouring with the detail brush because it has a very defined edge. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna start by contouring. So yes, that is dark. What contour does is it provides a shadow. The shadow is going to contour your face. So I'm trying to do this in my phone. It is a little difficult. So I'm going to contour my cheeks first. Then I'm going to contour my jaw. Then I'm going to contour my nose. And the purpose of contouring your nose is just to slim your nose. I do not have a very big nose anyway, but I do it. And then under your lip, and then my forehead. So that is it for contour. What I generally do is I will go back and then gosh, I can't even get it open. I will apply my main shade next. So I'm going to get that out, and I'm going to apply my main shade with my 3D brush. So I'm just going to take and I'm going to pat it in. It really does not take much. And I don't think I picked up the right one. People usually go darker in the summer I'm trying to find where I put it. This is it. I don't see anyone on, so I am talking to myself, and that is okay. You will be able to watch the replay. So I'm going to pretty much put it everywhere except for the places that I'm going to add the brightening shade, which is going to be here, the tip of my nose, here, the inner and outer corner of my eye. So I'm going to put it here. Okay, I'm gonna go back in and I'm going to add my brightening shade. And that is my wrong palette. Okay, I'm going to add my brightening shade with the smaller end of my detail brush. Inner and outer corner. And then I'm going to take my darker shade, and where you might have darkness under your eye, I'm going to just do that because you don't want to draw attention to that. So I am going to blend after this. And like I said, I have to look just a little bit. I'm going to blend from I'm just going to start by blending from the lightest to the darkest. And you're going to want to kind of do it in a stippling motion versus a swiping. So you can see I'm kind of just patting it in. I'm going to go right here. And then I'm going to go to my contour, and I'm just going to press that in. You don't want to over blend your contour, because when you use your perfector sponge, then it will pick up these earrings are in the way. So on your contour on the side, you're going to kind of blend it down your neck, because you don't want to have, I mean, most people's necks are lighter than their face. So you're not wanting to have a definite line. So I'm just gonna blend in on my forehead. And that is it, okay? Then I'm gonna take a damp perfector sponge, which this is still damp from this morning, and I'm going to press this all over my face. And what this does is it picks up any excess product and makes everything blend perfect. Okay. Just a couple brushes I want to show you before I do my bronzer and my blush. Wipe my lips off. This is one of our eyeshadow brushes. This is the one I use most often. I will do a color all over. I will do a shade in the crease. I will use the smaller end to darken the outer edge, and then also under my eyes for a liner. I do not use a standard eyeliner. This is another brush that I love. It's the blend brush. So if you'd rather have something a bit more natural, other than the 3D, you can use this to apply your main shade as so. The line brush is for eyebrows. So I will line my brows. A lot of times I will use my contour color, or I can match you up to an eyeshadow that you can use. And I will put that on, comb them out, and then we have a brow wax that can be activated with setting spray. And you'll just activate that, swirl your brush in, and then apply that so your brows will stay put all day. Okay, now bronzer. So I have all the colors of bronzer. So the best way to buy the bronzer is the blush and bronzer collection. However, we have some specials going right now, and I haven't really shown you because you're not using the makeup yet. But tomorrow, there's a special with our bronzer and a brush. So if this is something you're interested in, let's get you color matched so you can get that special. But on the bronzer, most everyone I recommend Bella. So I am just going to apply some Bella in all the areas where the sun would naturally hit my face. I'm also going to blend down my neck again because my neck is going to be lighter than my face. I'm going to take the big fluffy end and then I'm just going to smooth all of that in. Now the brush tomorrow is this brush, which I think it's the wash brush, but still, same concept here, okay? All right, lip and cheek. So we just had our lip and cheek colors. This is a new one, so I love this. So I'm gonna show you this. So I'm gonna actually show you this with the blush and bronzer. So see, it doesn't have to look like this. So you're just gonna put that on your face and then you're just gonna kind of blend up into your hairline, like so. Super simple. Once you get the hang of it, you will never change. Okay, and then you can use the, what do I do with it? Line brush. I'm gonna go back in with the line brush, and that's not it. I'm just gonna show you, you can use the line brush. You can use any brush. They all work. This is the multitasker brush. So I'm going to use the multitasker brush and I'm just going to line my lips with my contour shade. And then I'm going to go back in and I'm going to apply another shade of the month, which is Melody. And Melody is a satin shade, so it is not going to be glossy, but you can always either add your own gloss to it, or we have these amazing tins, full-size tins of balm now that you can put over that. Another good use for balm is just, it provides just a little bit of glow. Not glow like an illuminator, but it does provide a glow. Okay, but if you want an illuminator, we have that as well. So I generally use a cream because I think it is just better for mature skin. But right now I'm going to use a powder so that you can see how it can look. Okay, and then I always recommend the setting spray. So now that I'm finished applying my makeup, I'm just going to apply the setting spray and let that dry. Or if you want, you can go back to your Perfector sponge and just gently tap it in. It depends on what you have time for. So I hope that answered your questions about the makeup, and I would love to color match you. I'm still waiting on several color matches, so be sure to check your messenger. I've had to add you, most of you, as a friend because I'm not friends with you. But in order for you to see my messages and them not to get trapped in message request, that's the way that I do it. So I hope that you'll check your messenger and you will give me the opportunity to color match you and help Patty earn some great rewards. Have a great night.